Hi, I'm Alison Hovey, physical therapist with Connected Functional Manual Therapy. This month's PT to Pilates, we're going to be talking about the hip joint and specifically labral tears. And I'll demonstrate an exercise that's good to help with bending of the hip and relieving symptoms from a labral tear. The labrum is a ring of cartilage inside the socket portion of the ball and socket hip joint, and it works to suction the ball into the joint and keep it stable. If that is torn, it can lead to excessive motion in the hip joint and let the bone move around in the socket and can cause pinching where it hits and compresses soft tissues. So the exercise we're going to do is to help hip flexion, either just loss of motion or a pinching sensation in the front or inside the hip because of a labral tear. So we're going to get into a diagonal lunge, about 45-degree angle across. And so you want your strap to be long enough that you can put it over the affected hip and under the foot of the opposite leg. So I want it a little bit tighter on mine, so I can really feel, when I just start to bend my knee, I feel more pressure at the top of the leg. Then as I'm in this position, I can start to increase the pressure to really give space in the hip joint by either lunging forward a little bit more and I feel it push down on the leg, or I can be in that lunge and reach over to pull the pelvis up away from the leg and give even more space, or I can stay there and do some deep breathing, which again opens up the side and increases the pressure into the strap. You can do any variation of that. You can come in and out of it, and usually 30 to 60 seconds of motion. You can try different turns, either away from the leg or towards it. For me, away is much better at putting pressure into that hip so it can open up. And that should immediately make hip flexion a little easier and relieve some of the tension in the pinching of the hip. If this exercise didn't help to relieve the pinching sensation in your hip, make an appointment to see me for manual physical therapy. We can further evaluate what's limiting your motion and causing that pinching sensation and help to make your movement efficient again. That's it for this month's PT to Pilates. Check us out online and book an appointment at connectedfmt.com.